Hello and welcome to my channel. I am going to do Excel chapter 7, that is cumulative hot top. This is the 7th chapter of newly introduced course Excel 2022. I will do this assignment step by step and you can get your assignment done by watching this video. If you want me to do this assignment for you, if you want me to do this complete course for you, just contact me on WhatsApp, email or WeChat ID that I have mentioned in the description of this video. You can hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences, or writing assignment, etc. So I will solve this assignment step by step and you can get your assignment done by watching this video. So let's solve this assignment now. Title of the assignment is Exp22 Excel Chapter 7 Cumulative Hot Tubs. First step of the assignment is to download your file that you can download from your My IT Lab dashboard. This one. This is the file where we will apply all these steps to get this assignment done. So we will move to step number 2. Step number 2 is insert D2 inside the weekday function to return the serial number representing the weekday that the first hot tub was ordered. Copy the function to the range D3 up to D12. So basically we are supposed to insert the weekday function in step number 2, and we will insert this weekday function in cell D2, and that weekday function will return the serial number representing the weekday that the first hot tub was ordered. So let's do this step now, and for this we will move to our worksheet. So we will go to formula step and date and time here, and weekday is here, and weekday will be cell E2. Let me do for this one. So this will be our weekday function, weekday, and we are getting the weekday from this date order. And when we will click on OK, we will get the weekday, this one. So next it is saying that copy the function to the range D3 up to D12. So we will copy this function now up to D12, this one. So our step number 2 is completed and we will move to our next step. Our next step is step number 3. So step number 3 is the result of the weekday function is the serial number. You will format it to display a date of the week and left align the result. So you can see that when we applied this weekday function, we got the number for the days. So we are supposed to apply the DD format to get the name of the day. So select the range D2 up to D12. So we will select this one. We will select this one and we will apply a custom number format DDD to display the actual weekday left horizontal alignment. So it is already selected. We will go to home tab and we will click this number arrow. So it should be a custom number format. It should be DDD. So when we will apply DDD, we will get the name of the day. You can see that I got the name of the day for this one, and it is saying that display the actual weekday. So it is displaying the actual weekday and apply left horizontal alignment. So we will apply left horizontal alignment, align left, this one. So we got this one, and now we will move to our next step. Our next step is step number 4 now. In step number 4, it is saying that in cell G2, insert the days function to calculate the number of days between the date ordered and date received for the first hot tub. So we are supposed to apply a formula. We are supposed to insert a function in cell G2 to calculate the number of days between the date order and date received. So when the day hot tub was ordered and when it was received, we are going to get the number of days. That is the difference between this. Apply center horizontal alignment, copy the function to range G3 up to G12. So basically we are going to use the days function to get the number of days in cell G2. Let's do this step now. So we will use the days function here. Put equal sign first, then write days. So this is the function. So end date will be F2, this one, and start date will be date ordered. So we are calculating the number of days when the hot tub was ordered and when it was received. So when it was received, it will be end date, and when it was ordered, it will be our start date. So when we will use this function, we will get the result, that is 71 days. So now we will copy this function to the range up to G12, this one, and we will get the other number of days when the hot tub was received. So that is all about step number 4. Or so apply the central horizontal alignment. So we will apply the central horizontal alignment, this one. We will center this one. So we are done with step number 4. So let me give you an overview of first 3 steps. In step 2, we used a weekday function in cell E2, this one. This one, sorry, and we got the name of the day. That was step number 2. In step number 3, we change the format of this to DDD. That will give us the name of the day. And in step number 4, we calculated the number of days, this one, column G. So now we will move to our next step. Our next step is step number 5 now. In step number 5, it is saying that in cell C2, insert the switch function. So now we are supposed to insert the switch function in cell C2 to evaluate the first value in the code column. So this is our code column, that is column B, and we are supposed to insert the switch function in cell C2, this one, to evaluate the value, to evaluate the first value in column B. So for this we will use the switch function, switch PD for paid in full and switch CR for credit. So when we will use the switch function, it will switch one value or it will switch one name to another name. So when it will be PD, it will switch to paid in full. If it will be CR, it will switch to credit. Use the text string for the last 4 function argument. Copy the function to the range C3 up to C12. So basically we are supposed to insert the switch function in cell C2 to switch the name to another name. So let's do this step and use the switch function in cell C2. So this is our column C and this is C2 and we are supposed to insert a switch function here. Just write equal sign and type switch. So we will get the switch function like this one. Click on the insert function symbol there. So our expression will be B2, this one. So value will be, if value will be PD, then it will switch to paid in full. So it will switch to paid in full. But if it will be CR, then it will be switched to credit. So expression is B2, this one PD. If value will be PD, it will switch to paid in full. If it will be CR, then it will switch to credit. So when we will click OK, you can see that this is PD, then it will be switched to paid in full. Now we will copy the function up to C12 to get the other names. Now you can see that this is PD and it will be switched to paid in full. Now it is CR, so it will be switched to credit. So PD, paid in full, CR into credit. So that is step number 5. And now we will move to our next step, that is step number 6. So step number 6 is in cell I2 insert the if function. Evaluate the days for the first heart of order was greater than 70. So return 100. If the days for the heart was greater than 40, return 50. Otherwise return 0. So when there will be more than 2 test logic, so then we use the if function. So here we are supposed to use the if function in cell I2 and the first test logic is if the days for the first heart of order was greater, if the days will be greater than 70, it will return 100. If days will be greater than 40, it will return 50. Otherwise it will return 0. Use cell references to criteria threshold and therefore credit located in the range H5 up to I16. Use relative and mixed reference correctly. So let's do this step and we are supposed to use the if function for this step. That is our step number 6. Let's solve this step now. So we will use the if function here. So we have 3 logical tests. Our first logical test is if number of days, that is G2, greater than 70. You can see that if the number of days was greater than 70, so 70 is H12 and we will make it absolute reference. For this we will put a dollar sign. So that is our first logical test, then it will return 100. So we will make this absolute as well. So that is our logical test 1. So if number of days are greater than 70, it will return 100. If the number of days was greater than 40, it will return 50. So if G2, that is our second logical test, if G2 is greater than 40, make it absolute reference, so it will return 50. And our logical test 3 is if number of days are less than, if G2 is less than this one, it will return 0. So now you can see that number of days is greater than 70, that is 71. So it is returning 100. So we will copy this function down to the column to get the other values. You can see that. So here number of days are less than uh, number of days are less than 45. So number of days are greater than 70, it is returning 100. So here number of days are less than this one, so it is returning 0. Number of days are greater than 40, it is returning 50. So that is our requirement in step number 6. So copy the function, we already copied the function and we got the other values. You can see that this is, so we used a if function to get this done, and we are done with this step. And now we will move to our next step. Our next step is step number 7 now. So step number 7 is in cell J2 insert a if function with the nested AND function. So now we are going to use the combination of if and AND function with the nested OR function. So we are using if and OR function to get step number 7 done. The function should display send gift basket if these conditions are met. So it will show send gift basket if these conditions are met. What are the conditions? The model was either luxury or sanity. Second condition is hot was paid in full. If the condition are false, use an empty text string. So use text within the argument and appropriate relative cell references. Copy the function to the range J3 up to J12. So basically we are using if and or function in combination to get step number 7 done. So these are the condition. If these condition will be met, so this will show send gift basket. Otherwise it will show an empty string. So let's do this step now. So here we are supposed to use if nested with and nested with OR function. So what are the conditions? So we will type the condition here. So first condition is if A2 the model is luxury, are A2 is Serenity, second condition is and the C2, that is the pay status should be paid in full. Then it will return the gift, send gift basket. So we will type send basket. So otherwise it should return empty string. So you can see that it is paid in full and model is luxury. Then it is returning paid send gift basket. Now we will copy the function down to the column, and you can see that it is Serenity. It is showing the send gift basket. So it is bubble. It is showing an empty string. Then for this one, this is luxury, but this is the pay status is credit. It is not painful. That is why it is returning the empty string. So we used a combination of if and or function to get this result. So I am again repeating that if these conditions is three conditions. First one is A2 is luxury, second one is A2 sanity, and status pay status is paid in full, then it will show send gift basket, otherwise it will show empty string. So for first one it is luxury, status is paid in full, that is why it is showing us send gift basket. Like third one is bubble. So the first condition is not meeting, so that is why it is showing empty string. And we can see that again this is sanity and status is paid in full, so both conditions are meeting, that is why it is showing this send gift basket. So that is all about step number 7, and now we will move to our next step. Our next step is step number 8 now. So step number 8 is in cell B15 use inside the average if function. So we are supposed to use the average if function to calculate the average number of days for the luxury model. So we are going to use the average if function in cell 15 to calculate the average number of days for the luxury model. Use mixed references to range and criteria range. So we will use the mixed cell references. Use a relative reference to cell A15 that contains the model name. So model name cell should be, we will use as relative reference. Do not type text as a criteria argument. Apply number format with 0 decimal places and apply center horizontal alignment. So let's solve this step, and we will use the average if function in cell B15 now. So this is our B15 and we are supposed to use the average if function here. We will type average and it will show us the average if function, this one. So we will click on the insert function symbol and we will use the values. So first range is this one. So we are supposed to use mix array references. So we will make it, we will put dollar sign here. Criteria will be this one, A15, and we are going to calculate the average number of days. So for average range we will use the this days column and we will put the dollar sign. So we got the average number of days for the luxury model, this one. So that is our step number 15. And now it is saying that apply the number format with 0 decimal places and apply central horizontal alignment. So we will apply the number format, go to number tab, this one, and apply number format with 0 decimal places. So we will make the decimal places to 0 and we will apply central horizontal alignment that is required here. So copy the function to range B16 and B17 and preserve the existing order in cell B17. So we will copy this function down to the column and we will get the other values. So that is our requirement. And we are done with step number 8 now. Now we will move to our next step. Our next step is step number 9. Step number 9 is in cell C15 insert the COUNTIF function to calculate the quality of each hot tub model. Used mixed references for the range and relative references to the first model in cell A15. Apply center horizontal alignment, copy the function to the range C16, C17 and preserve the existing border in cell C17. So basically we are supposed to use a COUNTIF function in cell C15 to calculate the quantity of each hot tub. So let's do this step now. Go to step number cell number C15. This is our cell C15 and we are supposed to use COUNTIF function, type count and select COUNTIF, and now we will select the range that is our A2 up to A12 and we will put the dollar sign here and our criteria will be A15. So we will get this result and we will copy the function down to the column. So that is step number 9. Now we will do step number 10. Step number 10 is in cell E15 insert the maximum if function to calculate the highest price luxury model purchased on credit. So now we are supposed to use the maximum if function to calculate the highest price luxury model purchased on credit. Used mixed references to range and criteria range argument. Use a relative reference to model name in cell A15. So basically we are supposed to use the maximum if function to calculate the highest price luxury model. So let's do this step now and use the maximum if function in cell E15. So now we are supposed to use the maximum if function, type max. So this is the maximum if function, this one. Click on the insert function symbol. So maximum range will be now price column. So that is H column, this one. We will select this one and we will type the dollar sign or we can press F4 as well. So our criteria range will be our criteria range will be column A, this one, and make this for dollar sign as well, or you can press F4 as well. So our criteria 1 will be A15, this one. Our criteria range 2 will be this one, column C. and our criteria 2 will be E14, this one. So we are using maximum wave function and we will get this result. That is our step number 10. And now we will go to our next step. Our next step is step number 11. So in step number 11, copy the function in cell E15 to E16 and preserve the existing border in cell E16. Edit the function in E16 to calculate the average price of the sanity model purchased on the credit. If you use correct mixed and relative references in the original function, the only edit is to change the function name average if. Let's do this step now. That is our step number 11 and we are supposed to use the average if function in cell number step number 11. So to do this step, we will first simply copy this function down and we will make it average if. So we change the formula here and that is step number 11 and now we will move to our next step. Our next step is step number 12. Basically this assignment have 25 steps and I am doing step number 12 now and I am showing you step by step how you can solve this assignment done by watching my video. Let's do step number 12 now. So copy the function in cell E15 to cell E17 and preserve the existing border in cell E17. Edit the function in cell E17 to calculate the lowest price. So for this we will only change the function to minimum if. So we will first copy this function down and we will make this minimum if and our step number 12 will be done. So this is minimum if, just click enter and our step number 12 is done. So I have shown you 12 steps for this assignment and I solved them step by step. Now I am going to show you the final version for this assignment. When you will apply all the remaining steps, then you will get a final version. So this is the final version of the assignments. Now let me give you an overview of the remaining steps. So in step number 13, we are supposed to display the map worksheet, select the range A3 to B8 and insert a map, cut the map and paste in cell D1. Let me show you this step, this one. So you can see that I have inserted this map and I have pasted the map in D1. This is step number 13. So step number 14 is change the map title to annual hot top sales and apply blue accent 5 darker 50% fonts colors to the chart title. So you can see that I have changed the title of the chart, that is the annual hot top sales. So again we will change the color of the fonts to blue accent 5 darker 50%. I have already changed this one. So next step is step number 15. Set 2.8 height and 4.6 width. Show all tabs. So you can see that it is. We will change the uh, size of the chart from here. That is 2.8 and 4.5, 4.6. So next step is step number 17. Step number 17 is in cell A8 insert the eDate function to return the next month payment due date. Copy the function to the range A9 and A18. Sorry, I left step number 16. Step number 16 is display the loan worksheet in cell B3. Insert the rate function. Use the cell reference to the price. Okay, let me show you the step number 15. So this is cell B3. So B3 is here. This one, you can see that I have calculated the APR. So next is step number 17. Step number 17 is select the range A8 up to A18. Apply the short date format. Align the right horizontal alignment. So this is step number 8. This one PMT due date. You can see that I have calculated this. Next step is step number 20. In cell E2, insert the function to calculate the cumulative principal through the 6 months. So let me show you this one. Cell E2. Cell E2 is here. Price 6 months. I have calculated this one and this is the result. So step number 21 is in cell C7. Insert the IPMT function to calculate the first month interest payment. So this is interest payment. I have calculated this. You can see that. And in step number 22, we are supposed to use the PPMT function inside D7 to calculate the first month principal. So first month principal is here. You can see that this one. And then we will use the autofill handler to get the other values. So in step number 23, we are supposed to use the insert a formula to calculate the remaining balance in cell E7. So it is cell E7. We are calculating the balance. So this is the final form of the assignment. When you will apply all the steps, then you will get a final form like this. This will be our order sheet. This will be our map sheet, and this will be our loan sheet. So if you want me to do this assignment for you, I can do this assignment for you. I can do this complete course for you. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will get back to you with another video. Thank you so much again.